Alrighty then. Good afternoon, folks. How you doing? Everybody doing all right? Can you
Good.
hear me?
Yeah.
Thumbs up if you can hear me. I got one thumbs up. Another thumbs up. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. All right, super. Looks like you can hear me. So, hi. Glad to see you. Kind of weird doing it this way, right? But hopefully things have been going smoothly for you for the last few days. I know that some of you have already done a walkthrough on how to operate Haiku and all the other platforms with other teachers, so I'll try not to make this take so long. But I wanted to do this for our class, especially so that way you kind of have a heads up on what to expect in the coming weeks. I know, or I hope that most of you got the information yesterday that we're going to be using this platform for the next couple months. Yay! No, I miss you guys so much. You have no idea. I would much prefer us be in the classroom and doing face-to-face stuff, but it is as it is, and we can't do anything about it. So let me get to my notes really quickly so that way I can stay on track. You know how I am. I can tend to ramble. So first things first. Thank you for taking the course seriously, especially using this new format. If you have started to fall behind, I feel like now we've been doing this often or long enough, rather, that you kind of have an idea of what to expect or what the expectations are, and how you kind of need to pace yourself, right? So, hey Ryan, is that you on the phone over there? That's funny. So if you aren't pacing yourself well, and if you aren't taking this seriously, now is the time that I'd like to ask that you do take it seriously. Okay. Starting today, I'll be putting in zeros. Not very many of you have zeros, but know that starting today, I will start putting those in, even just as a placeholder. Many of you have been really, really great about communicating with me. If you have some sort of technological issue, or or software things going on, or like a legitimate computer or phone issue, somebody else is using it, whatever, I'm totally fine with working with you guys. Okay, but what I need is communication. And I mean, like, before it happens or when it's happening, not 2 days later. Oh, hey, I meant to tell you. Okay, like, just please communicate with me, and I have no problem at all working with you. Opening discussion boards back up for you if you need me to. Giving you an extension on something, as long as it's not like a test or a serious quiz. And even then, just depending on the circumstances, we can work it out. Okay? But again, if you're just joining us, I was saying, hi, I miss you. Zeros go in today. Make sure you're taking this stuff seriously, okay? Especially because now this is going to be our main way of school for the next lot of weeks. All right. Next thing, please submit your work on Haiku. I'm sure y'all are so tired of hearing me say this, and I'm also kind of tired of having to say it. But first thing, let me say this. Let me back up a second. Haiku has been garbage for the last few days, and it's nobody's fault. Okay, no one was expecting this, especially the Haiku folks. So what they're working on right now is increasing their bandwidth to allow more of us on, to allow to account for the increased amount of traffic on their site. So when I say please submit your work online on Haiku, don't just give up after one or two attempts and you hit refresh a couple times. Okay, uh, you might have to hit refresh like 30 times. What I would suggest is to make sure you have your document saved somewhere. Come back to it later. Go do some other assignments for another class and then come back to it later, but just don't forget to still try to submit it. If for some reason all day long Haiku will not work for you, communicate with me, let me know, and I'll tell you the next steps to take. And that might then be email me your file, okay? But let me give you that go ahead before you just assume to email me. The reason I say that, and it's not because I'm trying to be a jerk and I'm just like, don't email me, just do what I say. It's because I'm getting emailed work, I'm getting shared Google documents, I'm getting things on Haiku, I'm getting snapshots on Remind. That's just so many different places for me to then have to go and find your work and do searches for certain people's names so that they don't get zeros. And it's just really, really hard. It's already stressful enough for all of us, right? Let's try to help each other out there. That's why I'm being a stickler about trying really, really hard to submit yourself on Haiku. Next thing, excuse me, I hope that y'all are beginning to enjoy Lord of the Flies. I am so sad, obviously, for a number of reasons that we can't be here, but especially because we can't do Lord of the Flies together. It is one of my absolute favorite books ever. Not even just because it's about a bunch of boys who are stuck on a deserted island and they start trying to kill each other, but because it's so full of metaphors and the allegory and stuff. Piggy is my spirit animal. Oh, that's funny. That wasn't me. That was Jonathan, if you can see in the chat. But I love this book so much, and I'm so sad we don't get to read it together. But anyway, I hope that y'all are enjoying it or beginning to enjoy it. There are audio recordings online on Yahoo, on YouTube already, so I won't bore you with my voice trying to read the parts. So if you want to jump on YouTube and listen as you read along, I absolutely suggest that you do that. It makes reading it a lot easier to get through. But please read it. Don't go and try to answer the discussion questions by Googling everything, okay? Because that's not going to help you in the end when I give you a quiz or a test and it's timed, right? Just read the story. And plus, it's just really, really good. And when you're 25 years old, you can be like, oh, yeah, I totally remember Piggy and his glasses and the conch and whatever else, right? So even though I've given you days to get certain work completed, it is my suggestion that you get the work done on the day it's assigned, okay? If you have time. I'm being, as I've said before in multiple messages, pretty lenient about due dates. But Tuesdays are the English department's days to expect that work can be turned in legitimately on that day. So Tuesday is our day to make sure that it is turned in. That is the thing that I am grading and sending to Mr. Mack to show, hey, I'm getting participation. These kids are doing what they're supposed to be doing. The other stuff, still turn it in, of course, but those are assignments I can be a little more lenient on as far as due dates go. What was I gonna say? So just keep all that in mind as you read through your syllabus, look at your syllabus. I'll do a shared screen here in a little bit once I get through my notes to show you exactly how to read it. There's still only a handful of folks who've turned in nothing. I don't quite know why. I have reached out to you, but I've not heard back yet. So if you are that person, please make it a point to communicate with me to let me know what's going on, okay? If there are actual issues, again, communicate those with me. Starting next week, we're gonna continue trying to use this meetup thing here. So something came out in the last couple of days where we're told that after this week, we will no longer be able to use Zoom. So we will then be moving into using Microsoft Meeting. Microsoft Meeting is a part of the subscription that the school system pays for. So that's why they want us to use that instead of Zoom. I, of course, will send you out an invitation, a link to the invitation to join that. It is on your Microsoft 365 panel of applications. So if you're just jonesing to go and check that out and use it with each other and see how it works, by all means do it. But it's connected through your student email account. Okay, that's how you connect to each other. Or you can even enter in phone numbers and call each other that way, whatever you want to do. So how are we going to be using that? I'm looking at my notes, not at my desk. Let's see. If you can't join the live talks, the live discussions during class time, which mind you, this will be the only time that I do this outside of our assigned class time. Okay, so if I'm getting into another teacher's class time, I apologize. I'll send them an email and apologize, let me know who it is. But any other time it'll be during our actual class time, okay? So what we will do, we'll try to have one next week where we discuss this text so far. We'll ask some questions, or we'll answer each other's questions. I'll kind of ask you guys some leading questions and get you to discuss with me things in this text like we normally would in class. So I've already talked about Microsoft Teams on 365. The common lit passages. I think most of you are in. Make sure that you're using your student email to log into literally anything that I give you that's external outside of Haiku. Use your login with Google and use your student email. Let me share my screen really quickly with you. Where is it? Screen, Lord of the Flies, share. Can you see this? Give me a thumbs up if you can see it. That way I know it's working. Give me a thumbs up. Anyone? Okay, there we go. All right, so Common Lit, this is your class. So when you log into your class, you should see all of your assignments, right? And let me move this screen over because now I can't see. So you'll see the start date over here and the due date. Those are set, but of course I can still move them if we need. They're usually the first thing that you do. Okay, I've assigned it so that Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you're doing one platform, whether that's Read Theory or Common Lit. So it looks like Monday, Wednesday, Friday is Read Theory, and then Tuesday, Thursday is Common Lit. Okay, so I've tried to space those out so that you're not doing them every single day. But that's where you go to find out what it is you're doing. So what are these passages based on? I have chosen passages that are based on the standards from the benchmark that we didn't do so well on. Okay, so that's why some of these say 8th grade, 9th grade, and then this one down here is 11th grade. That's a big jump. So we'll see how we do with that one, but that is a supplementary text to, all these are related to Lord of the Flies in some way, mostly based on theme, but I've made sure to choose ones that are based on the standards that we need more work on. Let me look up here and see what's happening. I see chat. Are there questions? Is this for every class or just English? Do you mind if I, sure, you can go to course class now. This is recording, so you can come back and watch the rest of it later, Ben. I don't know, your teacher should tell you. Oh, y'all are talking to each other. All right. Jonathan, is what for every class or just English class? So what's your question, Jonathan? The switch from Zoom. As far as I know, it's for every class. As far as I know, it is county-wide that we're not supposed to be using Zoom anymore and that we're supposed to be using Microsoft Teams. So check with your teacher for sure, just to see what they plan to do. But definitely for the English department, we are following the rules. We don't want to get in trouble. And we're going to be switching over to Microsoft Teams. What is the allegory chart? So the allegory, oh yeah, me too, I'm confused on the allegory chart. All right, so the allegory chart, let me see if I can get this back fused. How do I, technology guys, sorry. Meep. Nope, I don't know why it's showing me Harrison. Sorry, Harrison, show thumbnails. All right, stop share. And I'll come back to that in a minute. All right, so what's the allegory chart? Are you asking because you haven't seen the chart, or are you asking what you do with the chart? Y'all can turn on your mics and speak if you would like. Allegory chart, what do you do? Okay, so did you guys see the video? Did you watch the video, the allegory video on YouTube? Yes or no? Like look at your little reactions thing and like do a thumbs up. Okay, thank you, Gavin. Okay, thank you. I saw the thumbs up in the air up there, Ryan. All right, so you had to have watched the video to know what to do with the allegory chart. So you go to the PowerPoint, the introductory PowerPoint for chapters 3 and 4, and I hope you guys didn't mind that little recap of chapters 1 and 2. Was that helpful to anybody? Do I need to continue doing that or no? Yes or no? Yes? No. Connor says no. So I literally won't do it because Connor said no. Sorry, everyone else. Just kidding. All right, so now I'll continue doing those. But anyway, so as you click through it, I think it's the very last slide. It says allegory, click here or watch this video, and it'll take you to a YouTube video on the Sneetches, yes, and that's what you use the chart for. So on the left hand, I don't have it right in front of me, but on the left hand side, it says like the character. So you are writing out or typing in the character. So you have the Sneetches themselves without the stars, Sneetches with the stars. You have Funky McBean, and then you have the machine itself, right? So then you get to the allegory. So this, of course, is after you've learned about what allegory is. So allegory, of course, means you have this big picture, and then you have a smaller picture. So the smaller picture is what you are trying to talk about by using the big picture, kind of like beating around the bush, saying it without saying it. So if I say, like the song, She's a Brick House, right? What is that song really about? He's not talking about a woman who looks like a brick house. It's a metaphor. He's saying she's a big woman, all right? So it's kind of the same thing, but on a grander scale. So what is the story of the Sneetches really about once you've watched it? I don't want to say it because I want to give it away, and we'll talk about it later. But that's what an allegory is. We're using these fake characters to talk about something in real life that's really happening that maybe we can't openly comment on. Okay, so how do we teach this theme that you're going to see in the Sneetches to younger kids, right? So think about why Dr. Seuss decided to use the Sneetches to teach this theme of the story. So does that make sense? Yes, so like a metaphor, star-bellied for life. Okay, thank you, Jonathan, good. So yeah, that's what you're using the allegory chart for. Does that make more sense now? Just, okay. You said thank you, you're welcome. All right, let me get back to my notes. So Common Lit, standards. The last thing I wanted to talk about was the plan, or is the plan for the rest of the weeks. Next week, I want to take a break from the novel to get us all on here during our class period to do those rhetorical debates, because we never got a chance to do that. So what you'll do is pull your papers up on Google Docs, and you can clearly all see each other. And the two folks who are for and against that one topic, one of you, you're gonna take turns. And then I will post some kind of document for you to use and upload later for your scoring, okay? That's just for me to see. I'm not actually gonna use your scores to grade somebody else, right? Because you might not like that person that day and give them zeros. And so that wouldn't be fair. After the, rhetorical debate papers. Let me say this, sorry, I just remembered. I got a bunch of shared Google Docs, even though I opened up the assignment on Haiku for you to drop your documents into the Haiku folder. So if you haven't done that yet, which is a lot of you, go ahead and do that. At some point before the end of the week would be great, so I can start looking over those and grading the paper part before we get to the actual debate part next week, okay? So please, please, please make it a point to submit your rhetorical debate paper to the assignment tab. There's a little box there for you. I think it's the very first one. Do that. Okay. Next thing, your final project for Lord of the Flies. I will send that out either end of this week or beginning of next, probably the end of this week, because I want you to have some time to work on it. How are we going to present it? On here on Microsoft Teams, yay. So you'll be up here or in your room or where have you with your poster board, and you'll be, presenting to us your thing. If you decide to do like an artifact, like this was a mask that somebody made a couple years ago, right? So you'll get on here and you'll be like, this is my hunter's mask. I made this mask out of Play-Doh or flour and water and aluminum foil. And I did the colors and da-da-da, right? So we all kind of have a basic understanding of how this will go. Of course, it'll be more detailed. There'll be more detailed instructions as we get closer to that. Expect that to happen in about 2 to 3 weeks, okay? I'll send out information on that soon. And after Lord of the Flies, I usually give the class the choice to lead us in the next direction. We definitely are going to do poetry next. Yay! Poetry's next, and then after that, we'll either do the Odyssey or Romeo and Juliet. So I'll just do a poll and see who wants to do, how many of you want to do Odyssey or how many of you want to do Romeo and Juliet first. The majority wins. We got to cover both of them. It doesn't really matter, but it's just about which one goes first. So that's what's next. Poetry unit, which will take about a week and a half to 2 weeks. I have to cut some things out just for time's sake in the situation that we're in right now, and not really know what's happening after May 15th. And then we'll get into we'll get into both the Odyssey and Romeo and Juliet. With Romeo and Juliet, you don't have your textbooks. I'm looking at them right now on the shelf. So yep, both of those stories are in the textbook. So I will see how I can get into contact with parents if they're willing to come pick up your textbooks. If not, if I hear back from a lot of folks that literally is just not a thing that can happen, then I'll look into scanning all the pages and I'll post them on Haiku for you. But it'd be so much more helpful if y'all could get an actual physical book. And it'd be a lot easier to read that way too. For Romeo and Juliet, it's a play, so there will be parts. So we'll be doing a lot of meeting to read together, so everybody will have a part. Is that a kitty cat? Oh, hi, kitty. Sorry. And that's pretty much it as far as an update. Oh, another kitty. Hi, other kitty. Oh, sorry. I love kitty cats. All right. Questions. Post your questions. We should do it for extra credit. Do what for extra credit, Dalen? Neither. Get some cats off my screen. What should we do for extra credit? No. So do the debate for extra credit. Oh, well, it's just a part of the assignment anyway, that we're just going to be doing the debates. That'll be regular credit. But if you, well, never mind, I can't say that. Okay, but like whoever wins the debate gets extra credit. Oh, I see. That seems a little unfair, but yeah, well, maybe I'll look into that. Maybe we'll do it like brackets. See, that's what I do for the poetry unit. I do it like an MBA bracket system. I have you guys write a poem based on certain criteria, and then I match you up, and the class votes, and whoever wins makes it to the next round. And then the one winner wins a gift card from me to Chick-fil-A. That's how I've done it every year. But they're still open. Drive-thru's open. So we'll see how that goes. All right, let's see. I feel like people are going to be talking over each other on video chat. For what? For class times? Well, for that, you just raise your hand. And I'll be like, I saw your hand first on the screen, Mika. Or I saw your hand first, Tabitha, or iPhone. So when y'all join, like some of these say iPhone, so I literally have no idea who these two folks are. If you could make sure you type your name in instead of iPhone. I believe it asks you when you first log in what you want your display name to be. Just make sure you type your actual name. I feel like we're going to be talking to each other in the video chat for the debate. I mean, oh, no, that won't happen. You literally have to take turns. You'll be taking turns. Whoever's for, whoever's against will go first, and that'll be that. And talking over each other, that's how it works. We'll be doing that in class too. So it's a debate, but I'll be moderating, and it'll be fine. What else? Other questions? We have about 5 more minutes. We can end it sooner, but I want to make sure that you have your opportunity now to ask your questions or voice concerns even. Again, I can't do anything about haiku. Remind messages, y'all doing a really good job with that, with communicating back and forth on there. If you see that your friends are not on here, because maybe they're in another class or what have you, tell them to come back and look for the recording. I'll post a resources tab on Haiku where I put these kinds of recordings on, okay? Does mine say iPhone, Ryan? No, it has your face and it says Ryan. Okay, is the video chat going to be a daily thing? No, it will not be a daily thing, only because I know that y'all have a lot of other stuff going on. Some of you might be helping with work or with siblings, and I would never expect for you to do this every single day, okay? So that's why on the syllabus, I've given you some freedom of when certain things are due. I'm being a little more lax on some things than others, just because I understand the situation, which is why I'm sitting at school, because I tried doing the whole work from home thing with my 2 silly children, and that didn't work out very well. So they're at daycare. So I wouldn't expect for y'all to be able to do everything on video. Christian has been up all night spamming trials for the tokens. What? Do we have to show our face for the debate? Yes. If you want to wear a mask, that's fine. Totally okay with it. Okay, y'all are talking about something I have no idea what you're talking about. Yeah, if you want to wear a mask, not a ski mask because that's creepy, but if you want to wear a masquerade mask or a hat or whatever you feel is gonna make you comfortable doing during this debate on video is fine. Yep. All right. Are y'all talking about Christian Fielding? Yes or no? Can you please tell him? Wait, is he here? Is that Christian? Yeah, he's here. Hey, Christian. Can we just show like half our face? I just want to see your nostrils. That's all I want to see. I don't want to see your eyes. I just want to see. Yep. Thank you, Connor. You got it. Okay. I'm just kidding. Yeah, that's fine. Yes. You can just show half your face if you're not comfortable. I look like I'm in shambles. No, you don't have to show your face now. Mina's asking about during the debate, do you have to show your face? Yes, please. You can wear a mask and only show your nose. I don't care. But yes, you have to be on video. You have a genuine question. Yes, ma'am. What is your question, Mina? Are there comprehension questions for chapter 3 and 4? Yes, there are, and they will be posted today. I had another one of these, or another couple of these videos that I had to do with my other 2 classes, so I haven't posted those yet. But they will be on the way. Mina, are you saying my questions aren't genuine? Y'all did a really great job with that discussion board. Good job on that. Yeah, those discussions were great. Your responses were great. Keep that up. That's the exact kind of stuff I'm looking for and that I'm expecting from you guys. So keep that up, okay? Other questions for the allegory chart? Could you like give us an example on like how it's symbolic? Because I'm still confused on that. And yes, I am. Sure. So let's say that I have my Burger King cup and my calculator. And let's say that I want to talk about how my Burger King cup and my calculator goes to the same school. They've been in the same classes since kindergarten. But Mr. Calculator here gets into middle school, and his teachers didn't really like him too well in 5th grade because he was flat and he was not round. And my Burger King cup here, his teacher really liked him a lot because he was round and not flat. So my Burger King cup got put on a different track for middle school and high school than my flat calculator did. So I'm going to tell this story about my calculator's life not going in the same direction anymore as my Burger King cup, all because this one is flat and this one is round. And because the teacher didn't like flat things and instead liked round things, right? So I make that some kind of weird little like kiddie video, but really what's my story that I'm really talking about? Am I really concerned about flat things versus round things? No, talking about the unfairness of one person deciding your life's track, right? So like this person might go off on the track and that's not the same as this person, and they might drop out of high school all because one teacher said they couldn't do it or they didn't like them because they were flat, versus this student who was able to make amazing things out of their lives all because the teacher liked that they were round. Okay, so that's an allegory. It's one big metaphor. You talk about like the inner story that's hidden behind this bigger picture. So that's what that is. That do be facts though. May I go to the course Zoom meeting now? Yes, please. Bye, Jonathan. Thanks for joining us. Christian is trying to get on his PC right now. Okay, so Mina, did that answer your question? Did that help everybody a little bit better understand it? Yes? Okay. Are the comprehension questions due tomorrow or today for chapter 3 or 4? Let me see. Read chapter 3 and 4. That was Monday, Tuesday. Click on discussion tab. So actually, I don't even have on here for you to answer discussion questions. Would you like for me to add discussion questions? Okay. All right. So you're good. So the allegory chart will suffice for that. Oh, look at that. Thanks, Gavin. I might change my mind. I'm just kidding. I won't do that. I didn't have it on there before. I won't add it on there now. So you're fine. All right. Thanks for, Ryan said, thanks for joining. Minna, are you saying yes to you do want the discussion questions, or yes that I explain the allegory chart for you? Okay, Minna saved you. Said no discussion questions. Fine. It is decided. No discussion. Please, no discussion. You're good. No discussion questions. We won't do those. Just make sure you do your allegory chart. Why am I yelling? Oh, is it really loud? I'm sorry. I can send them straight to Ryan. Oh, you're talking to Minna? All right, cool. So does anybody have any other questions? Because I don't want to take up any more of your time, and I have to get back to recording stories to post on YouTube. Go give my video some likes. My cap's broken. Okay, anybody else? Going once? Going twice? All right, if you have questions later, send them to me on Remind. Thanks for joining, guys. See you later.